everybody. I decided to come and do this quick video. These videos are gonna be done in part, hopefully. And what I'm doing is I am attempting to plant a garden. This video is a little different from what I normally do, but I'm attempting to plant a container garden. I've never done a container garden before. This will be my first. I've done herbs before, but never on the scale that I'm about to do it on today. Now, using coupons to save money is fantastic, all good on that. But there are some things, if I could grow them myself, because some things you don't get coupons for. You know, you might not get coupons for squash, or you might not get a coupon for watermelon, or you might not get a coupon for basil, you know. So, I am doing this as well. And the things that I'm growing, you know, by the time I harvest them, you know, God willing, when I harvest them, I'll be, you know, I will have learned how to store them, either by canning, by freezing, you know, just however, but I will know how to store them, okay? So now, to start off with, I'm going to start first with the seed, or I'll start with my tomato plant. I'm planning to do, and then I'll also show you the space that I'm working with, because some people don't have a lot of space to do gardening, you know, and you know, I'm used to doing a garden with a lot of land, you know, so this is going to be different for me, doing it in a small space, and I will share with you my space at a later time. But today, the first thing that I have here is a tomato, and this little tomato plant, this guy already has some little tomatoes growing on it already. I got it from Walmart. Plants this size are about $3.98, okay? Now, you can always start tomato from seed, you know, you can definitely do that. If you know how, you can do that. I know how, but the cost of getting a grow light and all of that would have far exceeded the few tomato plants that I'm planning to buy. So you know, it just didn't balance out cost-wise. So I decided that I'm going to buy my plants, my tomato plants at least. I'm going to do a minimum of 2. And another one that I wanted, they didn't have them out just yet. So for this one, this is I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a Husky cherry red tomato. So these are going to make some great cherry tomatoes, just to be able to pick throughout the summer to eat in salads, because I love salads. And these will be great to just drop in a salad, you know. And then I'm planning to do some other tomatoes, like Romas, which are good for making tomato sauces and paste and all of that. And those I'm going to be using to can make my own tomato sauce, and then go through the process of canning it, okay? And now these right here, I did buy a salad mix for that, okay? So my salad mix is going to include my seeds here. These I'm going to start from seed. And you know, when I used to do the bigger gardens, the majority of my plants, if not all of them, all started from seeds. There were very few plants that I ever purchased when I had the land to do it, unless I did a seed, it didn't work out for some reason, and it was too late to start it from seed again. I would just go and get a plant, you know, like an eggplant or something like that, you know. So now for my salad mixes, you know, I'm only doing 2 types of green. I'm doing a Caesar lettuce type here. This is giant Caesar lettuce. And I'm also doing down here is my spinach. And I thought I had 2 types of spinach. Maybe I didn't get the other one. Okay. But anyway, my favorite is spinach. I love spinach in my salads. I think I'm going to go and get another spinach, because I thought I had 2. But anyway, these are going to be for my salads right here. The spinach. I'm also growing radishes, okay? Radishes are fairly easy to grow. You cannot go wrong with a radish. The only thing you don't do is leave it in the ground or leave it in your container if you're doing containers too long, because they'll become all stringy and nasty, you know. And if you'll notice on these, make sure if you're going to try this at home that you get the seeds, and these are burpee, but look for the seeds with the little container on the bottom. That lets you know that these are great for container gardening, and that they will do well in containers. Some seeds won't do well in containers, so stay away from those, okay? Now, I'm also doing some herbs. I'm doing cilantro, basil, oregano, parsley. Oh, one of my favorites is lemon basil because it smells so good and it tastes so great. I'm even doing sage. Now, sage is one of those herbs that the larger container you plant it in, it will just take over. So don't plant it with anything else because it will run the gamut of the container. And if you try to plant it with one of these other herbs, it'll just choke it out. So try not to plant sage with anything else. That's been my experience. Sage has taken over entire garden beds of mine, and so now I plant it all by itself. And I'm going to do okra. Okra in a container? Oh yeah, okra in a container. I'm doing two types of carrots. These are the short and sweets. You can see how short those are. So if you had a small pot, these would be great for a pot that's not so deep. These would do good in, gosh, I don't know, maybe a 6-inch pot. They would be great in a pot like that. And I'm also doing this other type of carrot. This carrot is, where's that glare coming from? Okay, so now this carrot here is, it's not working. Okay, Scarlet Nantes. Now this one, I've never tried this one before. I've always grown other type carrots, but I'm gonna try this one. It looks really heavy, hearty, thick, like it'll be good for soups. And even looks like it'll be great for freezing, making vegetable mixes when I freeze them, So these right here, it tells you on the package it has 6 to 7 inch roots on this one. So a nice 6-7 inch pot or larger would be great for this one. And that one is a 4-inch pot. I'm gonna grow cucumbers as well. I'm gonna grow a squash. What? You can grow a squash in a container? Oh yeah, you sure can. This is zucchini. I'm not doing the yellow squash. I'm gonna do the zucchini. I found that these grow easy. They grow fast. They grow different to me from the yellow squash. The yellow squash, it takes a little bit more work to grow that one, in my opinion. But this one grows super fast, and you don't have to worry about your blossoms or whatnot, getting that blossom rot on. I don't know. I just like these, but that's just been my experience now. If I've done something different with the yellow squash and I don't know, then I'll have to just experiment with that later. But that's the one that I'm doing. And I'm also doing 2 different types of beans. I'm doing a green crop garden green bean and a heavy hitter garden green bean. Both of these are great for containers, and I'm planting them separately. And with the beans, I'll be planting them on different schedules, in the same pot, but on different schedules, so I may plant this one, do the first planting of this one, and then 2 weeks later, I might plant a few more in the same pot, and then that way they'll just keep producing beans the entire summer long and keep growing new plants. So now to start with this one right here, I'm planting this one. This is my 6 to 7 inch root carrot. I'm planting it in this pot right here. Okay, as you can see, that's a pretty nice size pot. That's about 11-12 inches right there. So that'll be perfect for these carrots. And I've already started with my potting mix. And what I'm doing is, of course, now you have choices. You can just buy potting soil if that's what you want. That's fine. But I didn't buy potting soil. I preferred not to do that. I decided to make my own. So let me put my hands in here. This potting mix is a mixture of 2 things. It has peat and it has composted manure. Okay, so this is what I'm making my potting mix out of, because number one, it'll hold moisture better. Okay, pots tend to dry out really fast, so this one will hold moisture in it a whole lot better. Okay, and to show you, I've already mixed this up. I mixed 2 parts peat to 1 part composted manure. So however much it takes to fill this container up, it's divided 2 to 1. So now you can take this, you can squeeze this and make it into a nice clump. Okay, and then it still will just fall right apart. So that is a nice soft mixture for what I'm growing in. And you can start seeds in this too. This is a great seed starter mix as well. but your plants will thrive in a mixture like this. That composted manure, mine is poultry manure, but that composted manure works really well as a fertilizer. Plants love compost. And you can even buy, let me show you what I have over here, what I purchased. I guess that means it's time for me to rinse my hair out. Okay, but I even bought the Scotch Flower and Vegetable Continuous Release Plant Food here, and you apply this directly to the soil. It won't burn, and this is a nice balanced fertilizer. It has a mixture of 10-10-10. Some have like 8-9-8 or 8-8-9 or 12-12-10. You know, I got a balanced fertilizer, you know, because I'm not going to be buying all these different fertilizers for my plants. So I just got one that is nice and balanced. You know, it has a good content of nitrogen in it. And, you know, some plants absolutely love nitrogen, phosphorus, all of that. Love it, you know, especially corn, potatoes. You know, potatoes love manure, blood and bone, love it, grow well. In fact, I'm even planting some potatoes on my patio, and I'll give you a little preview of those. I got those in that bucket right there. It's a huge bucket. Let me go outside and show you this. I've already started them down in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I've already started them down in there, and I'm using the same mixture for this as well. But this is a huge tub. I have, in this tub, I might have overplanted it, but I have about 10 seed potatoes in here. So that's going to be a huge harvest there. And I'm going to keep filling this up as they grow. And I have some onion right here. Red onion sets that we've planted. I'm going to plant the rest of them just for the scallions. And in these big green ones, I'm going to plant tomatoes. Okay. All right, so now I'll go back in, and like I said, I'll show you later exactly how much space I'm working with as far as the entire garden. I'll keep you updated as to what I'm doing, and I've just used this container right here to do my little mixes in. I mix in here, and then I'll add it to my pot. So anyway, this is going to be part one of what I am doing as far as patio gardening. So I'll keep you posted.